All right, I am now live. What's up, guys? Drop in the comments if you are joining us. I'm just trying to figure this app thing out. Hello. All right, so for all of you guys joining me, I have some bad news. Cassie, her internet is completely down. Not sure what's going on. Apparently there's something going on in her area, a bunch of people. Funny thing is I have my earphones on. Actually not sure who I'm supposed to be talking to, so I'm going to take those out. Although maybe you guys can hear me better like this. So Cassie unfortunately has internet issues. She will not be joining us right now, but I told her that I'm going to go live in the hope that she does jump on and join us. So until then, hopefully she does join us. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to be answering Q&A questions. I actually came and set up in my gym here to kind of make it look a little bit more interesting than just hang on a minute, guys. Frame this. All right, so I'm actually going to be answering questions live until, or maybe if Cassie does or does not join us. How is everyone feeling? How's everyone doing right now? I want to hear from you. Drop in the comments if you have any questions. I'm going to be answering basically any question you guys have. Let's chat. In fact, I actually was told recently that I can allow someone to join, or someone had an idea that if you have a question for me, request to join. I'm going to just be ballsy. My team probably right now is freaking out. I'm even suggesting this. But why don't you, if you have a question for me, I'm going to take a chance. So please don't be crazy. Ask to join me, and I'm going to actually do a split screen for everybody who has a question. So if you have a question and you want to join me right this second, let's just give it a shot. Let's go rogue. I love going rogue. I love doing shit I don't know. Okay, I'm going to just, the person, oh God, no, what did I just do? That's not right. No one's asking. Okay, guys, if you want to join right now, press to join me. I'm going to answer a question and do a split screen with you. If you're willing to be on video with me right now, come on, guys. I'm waiting for someone. I'm going to answer questions until someone does a request for me. Hey, Lisa, love your podcast. How did you have the courage to pursue your goals? Okay, I'm just going to answer that until I get anyone requesting me. So that's really over time, to be honest. It's just not worrying about failing, not worrying about messing up. And that's kind of how I just approach everything. So even this live right now, I'm going to try something new. I'm asking someone to join me so that I can share. I don't know how that works. No one's asking to join. Do I have to follow you guys? But yeah, so I kind of just come from a place of, I'm just going to be basically the learner, and I'm always going to admit when I don't know something. That took time because I was always so protective of my ego, and so I just always thought, like, if I'm always appearing to be amazing, then everyone would like me. And then I realized that just created anxiety and made me not want to try anything. So eventually I was just like, my husband has done it. He's just like, hey, I'm the learner. That means that I'm going to pride myself on what I don't know, and that I'm going to get good at it. And so I kind of just made that shift. And when I tell you it is a game changer, it is a game changer. So when I'm doing something, I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's hope this works. So when we shot our very first episode of Women of Impact, it's not like I knew how to be a host. Now, I was kind of waxing on and off for years, watching Tom and being the executive producer of all those shows, but I'd never been in front of the camera. And so that was like absolutely terrifying, because I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing in front of the camera. And so I was like, I'm just going to approach it like that, because it would really dent my ego if I felt like, damn, I failed. But if I come into it saying, hey, I'm really new at this, then there's no dent to the ego, because I'm like, maybe I'm getting a little bit better. And every time I shoot a new episode, I'm like, maybe I'm getting a little bit better. Sometimes I fall on my face and I go, cool, I fell on my face, amazing, how do I learn from it? But keeping that attitude, like, I really do force myself to have that attitude. It's not like it comes naturally to me. I just really do force it and lean into it. All right, so I'm going to keep answering questions. I was really hoping someone would join me live. I don't know how to... when you go live with anyone who can watch their videos will be able to watch too. No, I'm not sure how I'm going to accept no one's asking. So in fact, I'm going to ask my team, Slack me right now how you think that they can join me. Because I would love to do that. But anyway, okay, I'm going to keep answering questions. So another question, this one is from the energy coach. How are you keeping your vibrations high? Well, it depends what you mean by vibrations. If you mean like my energy, It is purely from a state of mind. Like, that is it. When you wake up in the morning, are you like, oh shit, another day? You're done. Like, you're freaking done if you wake up with that attitude. And so what I do is I literally tell myself, I force myself to be like, this is so exciting. Oh my God, what's going to happen? Like, even with this coronavirus situation, guys, it is heartbreaking, but I can't think like that. I really can't. And so for all of you guys joining right now, Cassie's having internet issues, so she's going to try to join, and until then I'm doing a Q&A, or if you guys want to join me on a split screen, just press a join request thing and I'm going to take questions like that. So anyway, my answer is, you have to force yourself to believe it. You have to force yourself to feel it. So right now, it's freaking shitty situation. Like, it's potentially freaking scary what is about to happen in the world. And I can focus on that. I can focus on, oh my God, it's scary. Oh my God, you know, the shelves are going to be empty. Or I can just say, how can this be the most amazing thing ever? And it all starts with the mind. It starts with how you think about yourself. It starts about how you wake up in the morning. It all depends on, like, if you feel yourself getting into the negative, because it's not like I don't slip into it. I can feel myself go into it, and I'm just like, oh shit, Lisa, you can't do this. And then I snap out of it and I bring myself back to the positive. But it all starts with that frame of mind. All right, guys, next question. How do you stay motivated? I think I kind of answered that. How am I doing, and what's my view on COVID-19? Yeah, I mean, the thing is, guys, it really is I could worry about my health, right? For those of you guys who are, who maybe have followed me for a while, know that I suffer really badly with my digestion and really bad with my health. So there could be absolute panic mode going through my mind of like, oh my God, what am I going to eat? Oh my God, you know, like, and I could actually freak out. I could allow myself to freak out. But the thing is that I don't want to allow that, because I know that that then feeds into the next negative thing. So it can start with my gut, and it will start with me freaking out about my health, but then it will start to feed into other things. So I don't allow myself to do that. So I say to myself, okay, Lisa, yes, you have a health problem. What are the things you can do right now to make sure that you're covered? And it's like, look, at the end of the day, yes, it will be shitty that I have an upset stomach, and yes, it will be shitty if my digestion starts hurting and my stomach is in pain. But it's like, what can I do about it? I can freak out about it, or I can prepare and then just deal with it when it comes. So that's kind of how I deal with things. I don't think getting into panic mode, I don't think going into super worry is ever going to serve me. And I always go to what is going to serve me. And so if this mindset serves me, amazing, do it. If this mindset doesn't serve me, freaking stop right now and change and move on. But yeah, so I just snapped myself out of that mindset. All right, next question. Answering live, guys. I'm so sorry Cassie isn't with us today. Hopefully she's going to be joining, but she has terrible internet issues, and I didn't want to let you guys down. So I am doing just a live Q&A right now, answering any questions you guys have. I'm in my gym as a background because I thought I was going to be talking about fitness, which I actually don't mind if you guys still want to talk about fitness, but I'm definitely going to reschedule Cassie to come on and help answer those. All right, next question. This is from Martinez07. How do you recognize opportunities? I think it depends if you mean business or personal, but I'm going to kind of, I guess, break it down. I go to an opportunity. Obviously, people, as you start to get bigger or as you start to get more successful, you get a lot more opportunities coming your way. And so I always have a goal, and so I know what that big goal is. And so every opportunity that comes in, I say, is that going to serve that big goal? Going back to, does it serve you? Is this opportunity going to serve that big goal? Because yes, I might enjoy doing it. Yes, it may bring in money, but does that serve my bigger vision? And if it doesn't, then I just say no. And then another part of it is if it does serve my bigger mission, am I going to enjoy it? Is this a life I actually want? So let's take public speaking, for example. I did public speaking for a couple of times. A couple of people asked me, and it was fun. And did I love it? Not really. It will absolutely serve my bigger goal, right? It will serve getting my publicity, getting me in front of more people. That way, when I'm marketing, let's say my comic book, my graphic novel that I'm creating for young girls, I've got more of a bigger stage. So when I think about, does that serve my bigger mission? The answer is yes. But then I go, do I love it? Like, is this what I actually want to be doing with my life? Because even though, like, I've never, not never, but in the last 15 years, even with Quest, it was like, I don't chase money. Like, that isn't what drives me. And because Tom and I chased money for so long, and that left us completely emotionally bankrupt, I saw my husband be super energy, excited, personality, and for 8 years we were chasing money, and he literally, I started to see his personality dwindle. And so at that point, we're like, we're never chasing money again. We're going to do what is exciting and what brings life to us, what is thriving for us. And so I told myself then that I would never then do things just for money. So let's take public speaking. I got asked. I know it's good for the business. It could potentially bring in great capital. But when I think about what does my everyday look like, I do not want to be on stage. So, hey, if you want me to public speak, please do reach out, because there's still some things, especially friends. So Rachel Hollis asked me, who freaking says no to Rachel? So there are things like that where it's like, man, if people ask me and they're really good friends of mine, I'll absolutely do it for them for free. Like, I always want to show up for my friends. But then other than that, I think like I'm going to just take a case by case basis. But it has to absolutely align with your mission and what you actually want your day to day to be. Because as we know from this coronavirus situation, you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. You never know if you're going to be able to leave your house again. So make sure that you're doing something you freaking love. Period. Done. Okay, next question. This is from Dr. Karo Najdek. How do you deal with jealousy and criticism? So I'm going to assume you mean jealousy with my partner versus business, but maybe you mean business. So if you're in the feed right now, if you want to let me know which one you prefer me to talk about. But let's talk about relationships. How do I deal with jealousy? So from a very, very young age, so I actually had a really bad past experience before I met Tom with a boyfriend who was just emotionally abusive, wasn't very nice to me, and I got stuck in that for about 3.5 to 4 years. So once I left that relationship, I said, I'm never ever going to give myself over to somebody else ever again. And then I met Tom, and I realized over time that you don't just earn your stripes with somebody in one event, on one occasion. It takes time. So you need to show your partner why you're trustworthy. Your partner has to show you why they're trustworthy. And so over time, we started to show each other by little things here and there why we should trust each other. Then we decided as a couple, we're going to go all in. And I remember watching this episode of Oprah Winfrey one time, and she actually said the worst thing women can do is give over to their partners, because what if they leave? What if they cheat on you? You're freaking screwed. And I remember that hitting me really hard, because I remember at the time thinking like, yes, you may be screwed, but holding back on giving yourself completely over to your partner, I don't know if that's a relationship I want. Like, I think I'd rather not be in a relationship than not give myself over completely to somebody. And so with Tom and I, we'd proven, so I got stung. I was like, I'm never doing that again. Met Tom, realized, wow, that's just someone specific, and it has to be, just because my past boyfriend did it, didn't mean that Tom is going to do. So we showed each other time and time again why we need to trust each other, why we need to give ourselves over. We agreed we both wanted to give ourselves over to each other. And that means that I never check his phone. And I did a post a while ago, and it kind of, like, I got a mixed crowd. Some people loved it and some people hated it, but it's just how I think, so I'm never going to BS you guys. And the truth is that I have given myself over so much to Tom in the trust section that if someone right now was to send me a photo of Tom with his arm around another woman in another state, I'd be like, there must be a reason. Maybe she grabbed him and grabbed his arm and put it over his shoulder, and someone took a photo, and that's what happened. Maybe they were crying and Tom wanted to give them a moment of empathy, and so he embraced them. Like, I'm always going to go to, there must be a reason. And I actually said this, I'm never, ever, ever going to take his phone and search it. Now, why would I never do that? Because I'm missing the point. If I do that, something's broken in my relationship. If I have to feel like I need to get his phone to either validate he's not cheating or solidify that he is, like, our relationship's already over. Actually, that's not true. That's dramatic. Our relationship is already in trouble. And so the second, if I ever felt like I'm going to grab his phone to check, I would actually not. And I'll be like, Lisa, there's a problem with your relationship. You have to grab him right now and you have to address why on earth it is that I actually need to get his phone, because I don't trust him. That's the problem. So when it comes to jealousy, I am not jealous at all, because hey, I understand why someone would find my husband attractive, because I find him attractive. I actually understand why someone would want to be with him, because I want to be with him. So to think that I'm the only person that wants that and no one else should ever want, like, that's crazy to me. So I find myself feeling lucky that I am with a man like my husband, and I don't ever think of it being jealous. Because also, one more thing I'm going to add, and I'm going to move on to the next question, is like, if he cheats on me, then I'm done. Like, seriously. If there is something that he has done that betrays my trust in him, that betrays our agreement, I'm done. That doesn't mean it's not going to hurt. That doesn't mean it's not going to sting. But let me tell you, I have to tell myself this, even if I don't necessarily always believe it. I have to tell myself every day, I am worth it. And if somebody, even if it's someone that I freaking adore and would give my life to, like my husband, if he then decides to break that, he's not worth my time. And that doesn't mean, again, that I wouldn't be heartbroken, that I wouldn't be in pieces, because I would need months and months to recover. But I would remind myself, Lisa, you're freaking worth more. You are worth more, and you are worth to be with somebody that sees that. And that doesn't mean that I won't always feel it. It just means that, like, I got a question actually earlier on this IG of, like, I just have to embody it, and I have to remind myself, even if I'm faking it. So that's what I would tell myself with Tom. It's like, what's the point in being jealous? If he doesn't want me, he doesn't have to be with me. If he wants to be with someone else, go be with somebody else. I'm not going to freaking persuade you. I'm not going to try and encourage you or trick you to be with me. You either want to or you're not. Mic drop. All right, so sorry, I got very passionate about that one. Love the question, thank you guys. All right, so she was actually asking about jealousy in business. That's amazing. Okay, I just went on a whole freaking tangent about jealousy in a relationship. So let's talk about jealousy in business. I think that there's a big difference between jealousy and envy. So I look at other women in my space that I'm really, really freaking good friends with, and all I want is for their success, because I don't think about what they're trying to do. So let's take, God, I can't even think of that. But let's say I have a friend that has massive social and is doing the exact same thing I want, because I have many friends that do. How do I stay emotionally sober, which is what I call, be happy for them, and then not, because I think jealousy can really be destructive. So I used to be jealous as a kid. Growing up, I was picked on, made fun of. I had braces. I had like that big head brace that wraps around your head. Yes, I had one of those. And so, of course, I would look at all the young girls in my class, the blonde girls, the ones with the cute little nose and the blue eyes, what I thought was considered to be like beauty. And of course, I was so jealous. And the fire that came up inside me was so unhealthy. Like, I would cry myself to sleep at night. Like, why can't I look more like them? And going back to what I said earlier, did that serve me? No, it just made me feel freaking worse. And so I told myself that I'm never going to compare myself to other people. Now look, that's super easy to say, and I don't want to bullshit you guys, because I think that we kind of blanket things to be like, oh, I'm not going to compare myself. But the truth is, of course you do. So even if you accidentally slip into that comparison trap, I just say like, oh my God, but how do I feel about the person? Like, take your partner, for instance. Don't you want the best for them? So when I go to my friends, I want the best for them. I want them to be so freaking happy and so successful, if that's what they want. I want it so badly for them that if something stings and they're like, oh shit, like they just did an amazing thing, I turn that emotion into super excitement. I want what's good for them. I want what's going to make them happy. And I focus on that. And I literally repeat that in my head, because I think jealousy absolutely can be destructive. And no one wants a friend that is jealous of you. Like, that just makes you feel uncomfortable. Like, I wouldn't want a friend to be jealous of me. I would want them to be supportive and excited for me. And so again, going back to what is the type of friend you want, be that friend. So that's kind of how I deal with it. But I think that's okay. Like, I look at incredible women. Let's just take Sarah Blakely, for example. Actually, actually, no, let me take a good friend of mine, Jamie Kern-Lima. Jamie Kern-Lima is freaking awesome. If you don't follow her, you gotta go follow her. She created It Cosmetics, and we sold our company for $1 billion. She sold her company for 1.2. So I'm just like, that's fucking awesome. Oh my God. And so I can't help but be so ecstatic and overwhelmed and excited that she freaking sold her company for 1.2. That's amazing. Or like take a social platform. Let's take Radhi Shetty. In fact, Radhi, my girl Radhi. When I first met her, she had like 2,000 followers. I had to persuade her to be on Women of Impact because she's like, oh, I've never been in front of the camera before. And I was like, you gotta come on. I freaking adore you. She came on. She freaking blew up. Like, if you look at her social now, I think she's 4 times the size of me. I don't fucking care. Like, I'm so happy for her. Like, legitimately happy. Because when I go, like, wouldn't I want to grow that quickly? Of course. I'm not, like, pretending or, like, yeah, I'm not pretending that I don't want to grow that fast. Of course I want to grow that fast. But to be jealous of it and to have that like negative emotion spill out is freaking, like, it just doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve you as a human being, doesn't serve your partnership or your friendship. So I look at her and I'm like, well done, Rat, oh my God, that's freaking amazing. And I just celebrate her. So those are 2 business examples in real time of how I've just been legitimately happy for them. And so, yeah, if ever you start to feel that sting, if you ever start to feel that like deep-seated jealousy, just turn your mindset over to, aren't you happy for them? Don't you want what's great for them? And then that kind of allows us to dissipate that emotion that you're feeling inside and then embody the excitement. All right, next question. Any shout outs, by the way? I'd love to do some shout outs. Where are you guys watching from? Yeah, throw them in. I'm going to read them out. Okay, next question. Okay, this is from Raina. Or how do we in this, sorry, I'm like looking over the phone because I was told yesterday that we had sound issues and I wasn't paying attention to the notifications. So I've now put my laptop behind my camera so that I can actually adjust. So those are little things where, like, someone asked me earlier, like, I don't beat myself up over not realizing I had a sound issue the other day. Like, it is what it is. I just accept it and go, cool, how do I fix it? How do I improve next time? So I never beat myself up over shit that's gone wrong, shit that I failed in. I just look at the situation and go, cool, how do I learn from it? How does this make me more powerful within myself? And then use it. So now that's why I'm looking over you guys for a second. So this is from Raina Orr. How do we in this time support our spouse who is a small business owner and really struggling? How do I be emotionally helpful without making it worse? That's a really great question. So I'm definitely looking to have some of my friends join me on live to talk about small businesses. So Jenna Kutcher, if you guys don't know her, she's already said that she'd be on. We're just trying to schedule it. She actually specifically talks about this and talks about small businesses and how to survive. She's freaking awesome. She has a podcast called Goal Diggers. And so she's actually now because of all of this emotion, because of what the craziness is going on, a lot of people that I know in this space is actually giving things for free just to try and help people. So I'm going to be, so stay tuned so that I can do a joint live with her, and hopefully that will help actual strategies on how to handle your small business. But from a partner standpoint, and I just saw someone says, Blogger Ladies, where you at? I know Blogger Ladies, the poor woman is having internet issues, so I'm hoping that she is able to join. If not, we're going to reschedule. So just wanted to chime in there. So as a spouse, how do you support your partner right now that's going through small business? This is how I would handle Tom. I would say, babe, right now I'm sure this is super shitty. What are the things you actually need from me? And he may say, I don't know. And I'm like, cool, okay. And I'll present suggestions. Do you want me to actually leave you alone? Like, I want you to know I'm so here for you. This is exactly verbatim what I would say to Tom. I want you to know I am so here for you, but I actually right now don't know how to support you. And I want to be there so vehemently for you that I'm going to ask you, but if you'd actually rather me leave you alone right now, I'll happily leave you alone. But if you need me to help you do research on how to do this, like, I'm going to go on Lisa's IG live and ping her and ask, right? You're taking action. So I freaking love that. And I think right now the biggest thing that a partner would need, if it was me and Tom, is just to know that they have a support system, that they have someone that is going to support them. And look, you're going to have to embrace that right now he may snap at you. He may say something horrible. He may say something uncharacteristic about normally how he interacts with you, and you have to give him the grace. Like, that's another thing. When your partner's going through something tough, give them grace. Give them grace to be snappy. Give them grace to say something that otherwise they probably wouldn't say. So that's one thing. And then also, I would just let them know, like, I am here for you. I will do whatever it takes, but sometimes you may just want to be left alone. And so if that's what you need, I will leave you alone. Think about, like, how do they like to interact? Like, Tom likes to be taken care of. So what I would do is I would step more into the wife role, and I would start to make him more food, because I know him well enough. I know that's the sort of thing that would be meaningful to him. But you have to find out what that is. I wouldn't guess at it. I wouldn't just try and, you know, like, tiptoe around him, because that's not fair on you. And that's another thing, is that in saying it out loud allows you not to tiptoe, because this has to be a partnership. Just because he's going through something tough doesn't mean that you're not feeling it. Doesn't mean that you're not feeling that knock-on effect. So you want to create an environment where you are not feeling like you're on eggshells. And then, like, for me, when I feel like I'm taking care of Tom, even if it just means I'm sitting back and giving him the space, that makes me feel good. That makes me feel like a good wife. So in those moments, it's how do you make sure that you're there for them, and how do you make sure that you're actually still taking care of yourself and feeling good about yourself. Okay, hopefully that helped. All right, guys, if you just joined, so bummed Cassie Ho can't join us. I'm hoping she still gets internet, but she has internet issues. Apparently, it's a problem in parts of Los Angeles. So I've just come on to do a Q&A with you guys. Didn't want to let you guys down, but that definitely explains why I'm in the gym. I don't randomly sit in here, but I am taking questions live. So however I can help, however I can serve you guys, even if it's just like, hey, let's just chat. I'm here for you guys. So I did suggest earlier that people request to join me live, and then I can accept it, because someone had a great idea that actually, what if you just took questions live as a video format? I freaking love that. But I'm guessing it can't be possible because no one has requested. Oh, hang on. 6 others sent a request to be in your live. View. I'm just gonna click someone and hope for the best. Let's click. Hopefully you guys have a question. All right. I'm adding. All right. I have no idea what her question is. I have no idea if this is going to work. But going back to, we can't be. Oh! What's up, homie?
Oh my gosh, I didn't think you would pick me.
You're amazing. Are you in bed? Did I like totally choose?
Yes,
You're like, shit.
yeah. This is my home office.
Oh my God, that's amazing. All right, I'm going to try and do a couple of these and just surprise you guys and do some live.
First of all, let me just say thank you, okay? I've been listening to you and Tom for such a long time now, and you guys have helped me so much to go through, like, some mindset issues and everything, and I'm really grateful that you're spreading love and all this positivity. And I really love, like, Women of Impact, and especially the episode with Roddy that you just talked about. I just love what you're doing, so thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for that, sweetie. I really appreciate it. I actually, like I said, when someone suggested this, I was like, this could be a genius way of doing Instagram. So guys, if you like this format, heart this video. Do come with your questions ready, and I'm just going to randomly select. But all right, go.
Okay,
what's your name and what's your question?
Okay, my name is Juliana. Nice. I'm from Germany. Nice to
Hello,
meet you.
Juliana from Germany.
So, and my question is, since I'm right now doing a lot of or trying to do a lot of deep work and reflection, how do you overcome self-limiting subconscious beliefs, because especially what you just said, that you have to tell yourself every day that you are enough, what are your practices just to
It's all right.
Overcome those self-limiting beliefs,
Yeah. Thank you for that question. So here's the thing. I sometimes still have a limited belief. And so I have to catch myself. It's never going to be once I train myself, I'm good to go. So it has to be an evolution to know that sometimes you're going to have those self-limiting beliefs. Don't beat yourself up over it, right? That's number one. Don't waste energy. Don't waste time beating yourself up over it. And here's the second thing. Sometimes, so I have the belief that I'm good enough, and at the same time, I hold a competing idea that I'm not good enough at all. And The reason why I do that is I need to self-soothe. I need to believe in myself, but also I don't want to BS myself and say, listen, it's okay if you're not good enough yet, right? Like, what is that thing right now? In fact, I hope you don't mind. I'm just going to put you on the spot. But what's that thing right now that you feel like you have a limiting belief on?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm okay, I'm just gonna put it completely open.
Let's
And
do
I'm
it.
not like a Instagram person, or like I'm not really like on my, I have an open profile or whatever. Okay, so you get me a little nervous. So what I felt like, or like from having like, or my parents split at a very young age, I feel like that I've had the subconscious limiting belief that I was not good enough, like for like a partner. So the relationship in the past I've had were like always like, in a way, always like now, like, you know.
That's
So
okay. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
You just believe that you're
since
not good enough.
that I was not good enough, and although I didn't feel comfortable in the relationship, like it came to the point that the guy then left me, although I was not like feeling it, because it's just, because I was just like having the belief that I can be happy that this person is in a relationship with me, you know? And then it came to a point where I'm like, which I'm right now, like, okay, I'm not dating anybody, because whenever there's the person that like wants to be in my life, or like a man, or that wants to like has honest intentions, I'm like shutting down like immediately. And I'm like, okay, so because I'm afraid to get hurt in a way, and I know that I have to work through it, but it's kind of hard.
Yeah, girl. So first of all, I want to say thank you a million times over for being so brave and coming on this live and me putting you on spot. Like, that's super meaningful. So just right now, everyone watching at home, everyone watching right now is seeing how freaking brave you are to be this open and honest. So when you say you don't think you're good enough, everyone, in fact, guys, heart this video, heart her right now to show how freaking much we respect how, look at the heart, right? How much people respect how.
I'm so red, I'm burning up.
But look how freaking brave you are. So when you say you're not good enough, when you may even say like, oh, I'm not brave, I'm weak. Stop that right now. You've just proven to yourself in this moment how freaking brave you are to speak up. So any insecurities you may have, you've just overcome them by embracing it, right? You didn't switch off your phone. You didn't like go, oh crap, no, I'm not doing it. I put you on the spot, and you showed up. So when it comes to how do you, no, sweetie, do not apologize. And that's another thing. We just all apologize so much for feeling. Like, don't apologize for feeling what you feel. And so right now, in real time, people just saw how you overcame. Like, I can just imagine right now how much your heart is racing, right? But like, you just showed everyone. So anyone watching right now going, oh my God, I can't overcome anxiety, or oh my God, I'm fearful to be in front of the camera. Like, you've just proven how you can do it. So you've just, in my opinion, impacted 148 people that are watching right now. So when you say you don't feel good enough, you need to get yourself some wins, right? Because it's never going to you're never going to psych yourself into going, no, I'm good enough, I'm good enough. You have to prove it to yourself. And it has to be one win after another. And right now, I freaking hope, girl, that this is like a big win for you, because I do see it as a massive win. So if after we switch off, like in an hour, in 2 hours, in a day, in 2 days, if you're ever thinking to yourself again, like, I'm not good enough, switch that, like literally stop that mindset and say, oh, hang on a minute. I just showed up. I could have bailed. I could have hidden, but I just showed up. And that win hopefully encourages you to try again. And then in trying again, you get another win. And look, you're going to fall on your face. We all do. So don't, again, beat yourself up. But keep doing things that allow you to do one win after another, after another. And me personally, I truly believe that you have to get your wins, start working on yourself before you can find a partner. You have to.
That's what I think so too. You know, I don't want to commit, because what I want is what you and Tom have. You know, I feel like looking at your relationship and be like, oh my God, like I so wish that at one point in my life I'll be like able to experience like great love like this. But I don't feel like I can commit like 100% to anybody if I didn't do the work myself before like doing it. And but when do you know when you're done, you know? Because I
You're
feel
never
like
done.
yeah, you're never
You're
done.
never
It's
done.
a
I
constant
think
journey.
we set ourselves up for disaster by thinking, oh, well, when I get to this point, I'm
Yeah.
going to be okay. Like, even people that look at my relationship with Tom right now, they may just be like, oh my God, you guys are completely aligned. And, you know, you seem so confident. You seem so confident in your relationship and blah, blah, blah. But of course, there are definitely moments where I'm like, am I a good wife? Like, am I being a good partner? Like, there are times where we butt heads and there's something to our core that we just can't agree on. And so it just keeps resurfacing until we figure it out. Like, just embrace you're never done, and then work on yourself. And because I had worked on myself, now with Tom, I am able to confidently say, even though it would hurt, I would walk away if he ever cheated on me. Like, I'm confident in that. But before I met Tom with my ex-boyfriend, I wasn't. He cheated on me and I still stayed. So I had to work on myself. The only thing that changed was me. It wasn't even, I mean, I'd love to say my husband, but even that, right? Because I have to dictate the type of relationship I'm willing to be in. I have to dictate what I'm going to accept. And the sad news is, anyone watching, whether it's friendship, in business, or in a relationship, people will treat you the way you let them.
Yeah.
Period. People will treat you the way you let them.
Thank you so much. Wow.
Oh, girl.
Wow, this was amazing.
Thank you so much for being my very, 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 very first live random person.
Yes.
I'm going to come and follow you now, girl, because you're my first one. I want to put this in stone. So I don't have anything to write it down, though. So someone please, in fact, my team listening, please take down her IG handle and let's follow her. And guys,
yeah, I'd love to see you in person. I actually booked flights to LA in May. So maybe if everything resolves itself, maybe one day I'll see you in person.
All right, girl. How about this? I'm gonna just say it live then, because I'm a person of my word. Is if you do come to Los Angeles, hit me up and I'll definitely see you in person. I've said it publicly now. I've said it publicly.
Oh my God.
All right.
Wow. Thank you so much, Lisa. Have a good day.
You got it, sweetie. Bye-bye. Have a good day too. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye, sweetie. All right, guys. Okay, I'm back. All right, so I basically scheduled this until 11. I was supposed to be, if you're just joining us now, I was supposed to be doing a live with Cassie Hope, but sadly she has internet problems. So I'm doing something different that someone on my team suggested and I thought was genius, that I'm just doing a live Q&A and just inviting people randomly. So I have no idea. I'm definitely hoping that people aren't crazy. It's definitely a risk. I'm hoping that you guys come up with a question ready, but I just figured this might actually be a fun way that anyone at home right now that is super freaking bored and just isolated, like it's kind of like Russian roulette, like who am I going to choose and who's going to get picked? It's kind of fun and I love games. So okay, let's see. I'm going to choose another question. Come with it, guys. Who am I going to choose? Who am I going to choose? Drum roll, please. All right, let's see who we got and what question. I tried to pick a dude this time actually because I was curious to see what his question would be, and I'm waiting on you. I'm up. It's connecting. Do we have a winner?
Bilyeu.
I feel like a game show. Hello. I see your feet.
Hello.
Can you hear? There
Hello.
you are. Can you hear us?
Yes, I'm from India.
Okay. What's up? What's your name?
Sarvagya.
Said Rogan?
Sarvagya.
Said, I'm sure I'm butchering it. I deeply apologize. All right. Well, lovely to meet you. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yes.
What's your question, sweetie?
Where is Tom? We are a big fan of Tom.
Am I not good enough? Yeah. You're only using me for my husband. So do you have a question?
And how you are fighting?
Do you have a question, sweetie?
How is people there?
Do you have a question? I want to make sure that I get to other people's questions as well. So I want everyone to come on and join if you have a question. Do you have one?
No, I actually have question with Tom.
Sorry. Can't help you there, my man. Russian roulette. So why don't you follow him on his IG story, his IG live? I think he actually is doing it every couple of days now. So if you want to see the hubby, which I don't blame you, he's a pretty handsome chap. Yes, okay. Thank you, guys. Lovely to meet you. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sweetie. All right, so that was one of those things where I'm just like, hey, I'm just taking a chance on people. So if you want to see my husband, while I completely respect it, I freaking adore the man too. I am here by myself. So if you want to ask questions to me, by all means, I'm going to answer a couple more. So if you're just joining, again, I'm just going to repeat, Cassie Ho has internet problems. So I'm doing a random join me live, but please guys do come with a question at hand. That would be awesome. And I'm going to add someone else. All right, Dr. Caro. Let's see, come on. Of course, I dig the lighting, by the way. It feels very mood-like.
Yes, it's a look. Look.
Ah, okay. You got a good atmosphere. I love it.
Yes,
So
thank you very much.
What's
My
your
question.
name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Munich as well, Germany, and
Wow, Germans are in the house.
in the house. My name is Carolina, and I'm wondering, what would you advise as a business owner to everyone who wants to start when they hit the whole criticism of everyone around you, even people that you love, or even your friends and everyone, you know? How do you deal with it?
Yeah, that's a great question. And here's the thing, you're always going to get the criticism. It doesn't matter what business you have. It doesn't matter how successful you are. When we went from Quest Nutrition that people didn't believe in, and we built that up to be $1 billion, and then we started Impact Theory, we still got people saying, what on earth are you guys doing? So it's
Amazing.
like, it doesn't matter how much you try and succeed, people are going to be negative. So there's a few things that I do here. One, when people are negative, I try not to take it personally, because if you take it personally, then you start to feel like it's a dent to you and your ego, and then you start to feel like, oh my God, people don't believe in me. But the truth is, people are always just reflecting. So they have their own insecurities. And so once I start going, okay, it's coming from their perspective, they have an insecurity, they maybe wish that they were trying something new, they maybe want to be bold, but they can't. So once I realize, okay, it's not about me, I'm able to get past that. When it comes to people that you really love, like my dad, for instance. My dad, I love the man to bits. He literally thought I was crazy to marry Tom. I've been with him now for 19 years.
Are you serious?
He actually told Tom, don't marry me. He said, don't propose to her. Because he thought our backgrounds, I'm Greek and he's not. He lives in America. I lived in England. So my dad just literally was like, what are you doing? You know, this isn't going to work. Now, when I go, why did he say that? The truth is he loves me, right? He's just trying to protect me. So the people in your life that you actually know, okay, no BS, do they actually love you? And if you can say yes, then all the negativity they're saying is to protect you. Okay. So now we know why they're responding that way. Then we say, are they right? Because sometimes there's going to be criticism where someone might be right. And you have to acknowledge that and assess that without emotion attached to it. So let's say, for instance, where somebody's like, oh, Lisa, Impact Theory is not going to work. What the hell are you guys doing? You guys know, protein bars. Why on earth are you guys going to start a social media company or a studio? And so I'm just going to go, okay, are they right? So I will sit there and go, what don't I know that they're fearful of? Okay, I may not know this, I may not know this. And start writing the things down that you don't know that could help you in your business. And then now I'm like, okay, great. They've just literally told me or helped me process where my pitfalls may be. Because the chances are you are going to have some areas that you just don't know about. So let someone poke holes in that. But how do you stay motivated? Do you believe in it? Like, that's what it comes down to, because we were told with Quest Nutrition, when we were going to start a protein bar, that there were like 1,200 protein bars on the market at that time. My background is not protein bars. My husband's background is not protein bars. His business partners are not protein bars. So why did we think that we could do it? Okay, we believed in ourselves. We looked at what we had to learn, and we believed in the product. So when people kept saying this isn't possible, We believed in it so much that we found a way to make it possible. But if you don't really believe in it, then it's not going to get you through all these people saying it's not going to be done.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, thank you. That's a lot to process. So thank you very much. I give the chance to the next person, and I love you more than they love your husband.
Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate it. I so appreciate you joining. And
thank you so much, Lisa. Thank you.
Right,
take
care, sweetie. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right. If you want to join me live right now, I'm just going to accept random people. Please do come with your questions ready. And yeah, like I said, it kind of feels like Russian roulette. I could actually do this all day, guys. If you want to know how I'm going to avoid my being bored, it's actually this. So I appreciate you guys keeping me entertained. All right, I'm going to try and find someone else. I'm going to do a random select. I have no idea who any of these people are. And let's try this person. All right. We've got someone. Oh, sorry, guys. All right, waiting on Nadia. Nadia 3086. Come on down. Nadia 3086. Okay, while I wait for people, I can always do shout outs as well. So it would be Nadia.
Hello.
Hello, girl. What's up?
How are you?
Good. It feels like everyone's like, oh gosh, shit, she chose me.
Surprised. I wasn't expecting it, to be honest.
Well, welcome, Nadia. Where are you calling from, girl? Oh, and we lost. Hopefully she's back.
No, it froze.
There you are.
Hold on 1 sec.
No worries. She didn't abide by the rules, guys. She didn't abide by the rules. What's up? So you're from where, sorry?
I'm from Chicago.
Is that where you're calling from now? Chicago?
Yeah.
Amazing. All right. So what's your tag and what is your question?
Well, so really my question is, I'm just wanting to understand, how do you always find motivation in everything that you do and some of the struggles that you face? I personally keep reading and trying to distract myself or go to the gym and do things just to I guess stay distracted a little bit from some stresses in life, but it seems to be a constant thing that's in my mind. So how do you ever get over those?
Yeah, I used to do that. I used to try and distract myself as much as humanly possible. And I think that was a big part of what happened with my health and how it ended up deteriorating so much. So at Quest, I just forced myself and I was just working crazy hours, and it wasn't about whether I cared about, what I was doing every day. I literally just forced myself every day to work. And so I wasn't listening to my body. I wasn't in touch with what was good for me and what wasn't, because I was ignoring everything, right? And so I started to realize the more I was ignoring how I was feeling, that I wasn't happy, the more I was just ignoring what my body was trying to tell me, it just started to spiral more and more. So I was like, okay, going back to what I was saying earlier, is does this serve you? Yes or no? If it serves you, keep doing it. If it doesn't serve you, don't do it. So right now, as you just said yourself, and the words that you used, is that I'm trying to distract myself and it's just getting worse. Okay, so we know right now that distracting yourself isn't helping. And so trying to run away, I actually am not someone who naturally likes to address my own emotions. And so that's why my natural instinct is to keep running, to keep myself busy so I don't think about it. But again, I realized that didn't serve me. So what I now do actually is I give myself an allotted time, and it depends on how severe or serious the problem is that I'm trying to overcome. So I give myself an allotted time, and I'm like, all right, for the next 3 hours, you're going to feel sorry for yourself. You're going to lick your wounds. You're going to cry. You're going to put on sad music. You're going to swear. You're going to call up all your mates and say, I can't believe how shitty this situation is. And I'm just going to allow every ounce of my emotion to spill out. But after those 3 hours, Lisa, you are done. And I just give myself that fine line. You're done. How you said, I get up and I go to the gym, use that same thing of just saying, stop. What is that mindset? And now look, this works for me. So I obviously can only give advice of what I've done and how it helps. But I have to stop that thought process. I have to say, enough now. Put a time on whatever. And then tell yourself, after these 3 hours, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I don't quite know. I don't know if you're okay, if you want to share the stress that you're going through, to be more specific. You
There
don't
was, yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. There was a big change in my life. I actually moved to California. I moved back to Chicago.
Okay.
It was a breakup after 15 years. So it's just been really stressful the last 6 months, roughly. So trying to get back into finding the new routine for myself has been quite difficult.
Yeah. And so
Um,
what I would do in those situations, because it's definitely easy, frame of mind is everything. So how we frame things will then dictate how we act. So if I think like, or for myself, like even if this is a really shitty situation, I would just say like, I would say to myself, how is the best thing that this could happen? Like, how is this the best thing that's ever happened to me? So right now, obviously 15 years, that's rough. Like I can't even imagine what that feels like, moving cities and everything like that. So that you can probably spend years going down that path, right, of how shitty this is, and you have every reason to. But instead of saying that to yourself, ask yourself, how could this be amazing? Did you lose yourself in the relationship? Did you lose who you were? Were there any passions and things that you used to do as a kid? So in fact, I'm going to keep saying this. Jay Shetty asked me, and it literally changed my life. He said to me, what is the thing that your younger self would be sad that you stopped doing? So like right now, what are the things that you can do that is going to bring happiness and joy to your life, right? So like, I think shifting that framework into how is this the best thing? What are the things I now have freedom to do? What are the things I've always wanted to do in these 15 years, but I actually didn't get to do? So reframing that will allow you to start looking at the positive and start to feed your body, right? Like kind of think of it as nutrition. Like instead of feeding your body the junk food, now you have to make the shift and feed yourself the nutrition. And really that is like the nutrition to me is a mindset.
yeah, I couldn't agree more.
So in fact, I'm going to say to you, what is the one thing that came to mind when I asked you that question? What is that your younger self be sad that you stopped doing?
Ooh. That's a hard question.
Yes, it is. All right. So I don't want to put you on the spot, but really think about that. Like really think about as a kid, what were the things that brought you so much joy? And you just think like, wow, I can't believe I don't do that anymore. Like, and give it a try. You may be like, no, I don't want to do that. But like, try things. Step out of your comfort zone, because I think at least for me, it's easy for me to get in my own head. And so I know that we were talking about distractions, but I'm not actually saying distract. I'm saying actually get in touch with yourself. Get in touch with who you are. What is bringing you joy versus just trying to get by to distract yourself over, another issue.
Yeah.
Hopefully that helps, sweetie.
Definitely so much. Thank you so
Absolutely,
much.
girl. Take care, my dear. Round of applause for her. I actually want to make sure that the community is supporting each other. So every time I ask questions or someone joins us, click that heart button. All right, guys, so I've got one more question. Don't know if you just joined me, but Cassie Ho was supposed to join me live, and she is unable to because she has internet issues. So I decided to go rogue a little and last minute just say, hey, I'm going to have people join my live. If you guys like this, it seems like you have. I'm going to keep doing some more of these. I want us all to kind of find a place where we can kind of just hang out, basically. So I'm going to do... Women of Impact, you can't ask to join. That's a cheat. That's a cheat, Women of Impact. I'm not going to accept you guys. All right, I'm going to try another person. Let's try this. All right. All right. How do I submit? Surrender TV. Come on. You've been a fan for so long. Oh, what's up? Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you, sweetie?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Where's
Sorry,
the
I'm in bed with my dog.
Oh.
In London.
Oh, you're in
I'm
London.
in London.
Whereabouts in London?
Chiswick.
Okay. Not
Yeah.
too far from where
Hello,
I'm.
everyone. Hello, Women of Impact.
Yeah. So, what's your name and what's your question?
Hi, my name's Stephen, and my question is, how can I make myself a person that I can be proud of in the future, starting from now to reevaluate who I am. I have to say first and foremost that because of your videos and your quotes, sorry, that's a airplane, quotes and everything, I've been able to complete a Chinese degree in 10 months as opposed to 4 years. Yeah. So I have to thank you a lot for helping me with my anxiety, my depression, my motivation, and just being an all-round person. So I have to thank you, Lisa, for that, and your positivity and what you put out there. So thank you so much for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen. Jesus, that was unexpected and extremely heartfelt. Thank you for that.
That's my
Incredible, by the way. What's your dog's name?
Maximilian.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, he's just asleep. He's
He's
19.
super chilled.
He's 19. He's fast asleep. He's gone. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so the first question I have, Stephen, is what does that actually look like? Like, I'm very I like to get so specific. So for instance, when I went to film school, Tom and I started Impact Theory. It's like, what does success look like for us? Like with Quest Nutrition, it wasn't, I want to build my company to be $1 billion. I had a very clear vision, and the vision was someone sitting at the airport eating a Quest bar. And I think we got literally evaluated at $1 billion before I saw someone sitting at the airport in a Quest bar. And so I couldn't feel proud of myself. And the reason why was because I had struggled so much with traveling and things like that, and how do you eat healthy on the go, that for me, that was such a visceral vision that I had, that I stuck to that. So with Impact Theory, it is winning an Academy Award. Like actually, so it's not even sales. It's not how big we get. It is me being on stage with Tom. He does the romantic dip as we accept our Academy Award. Like until I have done that, I don't feel like I have succeeded. But now I know all the steps I have to take to get there. So the question is for you, what does that actually like viscerally look like for you?
I don't know, because I've done it's such a wide scope question. It's the same question as you asked the previous lady who was on before. It's very difficult to, oh, my dog's awake now, say hi.
Hey, Maximilian.
Sorry, it's very difficult to answer this kind of question, because even what's going on right now with this virus, we don't know, what we have planned set in stone. You have to shift. So I think nothing can kind of be, is what I've learned from the Women of Impact talks, that nothing can be set in stone. You have to be able to learn a lesson from what you're going through. And when anything happens, put that energy towards whatever's happening in order to transform your life and transform those around you. So I think in terms of me, I want to be an interpreter in the United Nations. Okay. I speak 6 languages. I'm doing my PhD, and is that all? Yeah, I've just done this Chinese degree thanks to you and I was going to give in a couple of months ago, and I said to my mother and my sister, you need to watch this channel, this Woman of Impact, and they watched it, and they definitely felt one that I felt really connected to, and she is a beautiful spiritual being just like yourself, Mali.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt really connected to her, and I felt what she was going through in her words, and she definitely is a warrior woman just like yourself. So I think it's difficult when you lay out things for yourself. Can I meet up to that standard? Am I being over analytical to myself?
Just the fact that you're asking that allows the self-doubt to creep in, right? And so I look at everything, even so I've always wanted to play the piano. I can't even read music. Like that's how bad I am at playing the piano. I can't read music. And one day I was sitting there watching a movie with Tom, and we were watching The Notebook, and there's a scene where the woman's playing the piano, and I turned around and I was like, oh man, I really wish I could play the piano. And he's like, isn't it amazing to think you could be the best at the world at it? And so initially I went to look like, and I was like, hang on, stop. If I shut myself in, didn't have to worry about food, literally food got delivered to me, I didn't ever hang out with my friends, I didn't do anything else, and all I did was 8 to 10 hours a day, all I did was play the piano. Do I really think that I can't be amazing? Like I actually go, actually I could. So now the fact that I don't play the piano is my choice. So even with the things that you're saying of what you want to do in your life, it's like, dude, you've already proven it. You freaking learned Chinese. Was it Chinese in like 10 months or something? So it's like, use that win to give yourself the confidence to say, if I put my mind to it, I can do it. But look, you have to decide whether you actually want to put your mind to it or not, right? That's your decision. How much time do you want to dedicate? How much time, like if you want to Netflix and chill, no hard feelings, like don't beat yourself up over it. But just know that if you're Netflix and chilling, it's taking one step away from your goal.
This is
but
true.
In regards to whether you believe you can, like you, in your own words, like I don't even know you, right? We've been on this call for like a minute, and in your own words, you are telling me that you have proven to yourself that you can. And so, and we like to kind of almost dismiss these wins that we have, but instead we need to be celebrating them. And even if you feel like it's a little small win, which by the way, Chinese is not a freaking little small win, but this is what I do. I'm like, oh my God, I just lifted 2.5 pounds more today. Like I celebrate myself with my arms, with my spirit. I force it so that I feel it. And so right now it's like, man, dude, what did you do about the fact that you freaking learned Chinese in 10 months? Like, did you tell yourself, well done, you freaking rocked it? Like you need to enforce that attitude within yourself. And then when I say like, what does that future look like? How do you, can you actually repeat I want to use the words you used in your question. How you can feel good about yourself. What was the question that can you repeat your question?
How I could, oh my gosh, how I could feel good about myself in the future. Okay.
So first of all, I think the fact that you just sidelined the fact that you learned Chinese in 10 months, and now you're talking about the future, is you've just done yourself a massive disservice, right? Because you haven't even recognized how freaking amazing that is. So stop even thinking about the future. Like right now, right today, I want everyone watching, all these people watching live, heart like crazy, how freaking impressed they are with you. Like, dude, that's amazing. So I think you've skipped over it. You've done yourself a massive disservice. Right. So first of all is stopping yourself, because look, I know it. There are people that are driven. Tom is very driven, and he's always moving on to the next thing. And what I do is I consciously say, no, stop. Let's just take this moment and recognize how freaking awesome it is, because we're so quick to beat ourselves up, right? Because what's going to happen is next time you're going to try something, you may fail. And when you fail, you're going to be okay with beating yourself up over failing. But why don't you give that same energy and pat yourself on the back when you succeed?
Yeah, it's a strange thing. I know that you do it a lot, where you take a moment and you say, right, I'm going to be really annoyed with myself right now. I'm going to give myself time, and then I'm going to celebrate the really small wins that I do have. And I think with me, I'm my own saboteur, right? I analytical. I analyze everything I say, everything I do, the way I'm perceived, everything. And I think it can become tiresome. And it catches up with yourself. And I think you're right. I have to, that's something I'm not used to doing, celebrate my wins as such in a very small quantity. So no, you're right.
Because I can't live for 5 years from now. Like I literally cannot keep going, like beat myself up over what I don't know, keep going for 5 years straight. Like that's just not sustainable. So when I go, how am I actually, what's going to serve me to get to my final goal, right? So for you to be a translator, to know 6 languages in the United Nations, like that's an amazing goal, but that may take you 5 to 10 years. So if that's going to take you 5 to 10 years, what are the little wins? Like what is your plan? Right? Allowing yourself to obviously maneuver, of course, if something goes wrong or you end up not enjoying it or whatever. But if you go according to plan, what are the small little wins that you're going to get over time? So for me, it's like I plan to win an Academy Award. Okay, I know that's maybe 10 years out. Hopefully only 5, but that's 10 years out.
25.
Yeah. So I know, okay, that means that I have to create IP. I have to get a team together. I have to build the studio. But again, that's all going to take me time. So today, right now, today on a Thursday, what am I going to give my win to? I'm going to give the win, well, the day's not over, so I don't know what win I'm going to give myself, but I have to give myself those little wins. Oh my God, this, I did a post and it did really well. I got a message that was really emotionally connecting, where people, someone had told me a story that really touched my heart. Like I consider that a win. And I need these little wins every day, every week, every month in order for me to get to that big goal. So for you, lay out what that big goal is, which you've just announced, right? Which I freaking respect. But like, Celebrate your Chinese. Celebrate the next language you're going to use. Celebrate the next language. Celebrate the fact that you were able
people
to.
you have around you as well. It's the
Yes.
people that you keep around you
Of
that
course.
go up in your energy. So if anyone's watching and hasn't seen all of the Women of Impact, which by the way I binge watched because I needed it emotionally, mentally, and physically, please do that. This woman is iconic. Please.
Thank you. Thank you. That's so freaking sweet and totally unprompted.
Sorry, it's nighttime in London and I'm just on my bed with my dog.
No, like, thank you so much for the question. Thank you so much for being open and vulnerable. Really appreciate you joining and saying such kind words. And like, please do stay in touch and let us know. I want to know when you learn that next language, dude.
Thank you. Thank you for helping me with everything. Thank you. I can't
Absolutely.
say enough to you. So thank you.
Thank you, sweetie.
Thank
Take
you.
care, my dear.
Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. So I have gone a little over time. I hope you guys enjoyed these. If you did, I'm going to do way more of them. Keep asking to, I kind of read, like I said, I really found it way better than me just kind of reading blankly at and talking to the camera. Connecting with people is definitely my driver and why I do this. So this has been amazing. I hope you guys have enjoyed it because I want to do more of these like every day. So I'm going to also do tomorrow. And I'm so sorry that Cassie wasn't able to join. We're going to reschedule. We're going to post. I'm also doing other IG lives with other people in my space that can help you guys. So let me know what type of thing you want to know. We're going to be talking about if you're feeling depressed and you're stuck at home, what we can do there. I'm also trying to get someone to talk about finance and how you handle your expenses during this time. Also with business, how if you have a small business, how you can stay afloat. And relationships, I'm going to have my husband on. We're going to be doing a special Women of Impact episode with him on how not to kill your partner when you're quarantined. We've been obviously in and out of each other's, what's the word? I don't even know the phrase. But anyway, yeah, we've been living like over and under each other. It sounds really weird. I don't know where I'm going with it. But anyway, we have always in each other's spaces. So we have tactics and tricks on how to not get on each other's nerves, because let me tell you, it is only inevitable. No matter how much you love your partner or your friend or your roommate, you will get on each other's nerves. So I'm going to have him on to talk. And that's it. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you're not subscribed to Women of Impact on YouTube, actually do go over to YouTube, Women of Impact, and do subscribe. If you're more of a podcast person, we're also on podcast as well. So subscribe there. But YouTube is definitely my personal love because it's video and that's where my heart is, and video content. But all right, that's all she wrote, guys. Have an amazing rest of the day. My throat is going. And until next time, be the hero of your own life. Peace out, guys.